We are back. I'm your host, Steve Alls, and with me, Chef Janine Secrist. Janine, continue with our healthy theme. Why did you decide to use salmon today?
Because it's a fish, it's good for you, and it's high in omega-3.
And what is this dish called?
It's called pan-seared salmon, and I'm serving it with a chimichurri sauce.
That sounds great. Well, you ready to get started?
Yes.
What's the first step we're going to do?
We are going to make the quinoa first because that's going to be our starch for today.
Okay. Now, quinoa, what exactly is quinoa?
It's a very ancient grain, and it's a complete grain, so they decided that it's a complete protein.
Yeah, and it tastes good, and it's not like really, like if you think about health foods, you think sometimes it don't taste so good, but this stuff is phenomenal, isn't it?
It's delicious. And
you can make it like rice, aren't you?
Yes, you can use it as a rice, or you can put it in a stew. And I choose to use vegetable broth.
And why not water in this?
Because the broth will make it taste a whole lot better.
And you've got a chicken or a vegetable broth in
It's
here?
a vegetable broth,
Right on.
okay, because I want to keep it being healthy. And I'm putting in
Pilaf style, I see, huh?
Yes. A mixture of carrot, celery, and onions. I'm going to stir this up a little bit, and I'm going to cover it up and reduce the heat.
And
it'll take
pretty
about
quick, don't it?
yes, about 15 to 20 minutes, depending
Okay.
on how much you have on
All
it.
right. Well, let's move this over here temporarily, and we'll keep this thing going.
Okay.
And then what's our next step? What are we working with next?
We're going to go ahead and start on the salmon.
The salmon.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm using a grapeseed oil, which is a very light oil to use.
We talked about in the last segment, it's a very healthy fat.
Yes, yes.
So no butter, right?
No butter at all. No. Okay, and I'm going to season the
I'll hold
salmon
this
a
for you
little
while
bit.
you do that.
Okay.
That's a nice looking piece. This is a farm raised piece of salmon, right?
Yes, and it just have the same health benefits as the wild caught.
And it's a lot cheaper. isn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
Now, what do we season this with? A little salt, a little pepper?
Salt and pepper, and I cheat a little bit. I use a little chili powder so
Nothing
that
wrong with
it create a nice brown color.
You didn't cook nothing for me that I haven't liked yet, so we're good.
Alrighty, and I normally put the presentation side down first. This is the side that you see first.
It's going to
okay?
sear real
yes,
nice.
Yes.
And that should, there you go,
Yes,
it's coming
go.
up nice.
Mhm. We turn this heat up a little bit, okay? And while that is,
Yeah, while that's cooking, you probably will go ahead and reseason the other side too, so when we flip it over.
yes,
And then we'll start on our chimichurri. What is chimichurri?
it is a South American staple condiments. They put it on everything, especially with steak. But I find that it's very good with fish, any kind of fish. But we eat a lot of salmon, so we just eat it with the salmon. It's wonderful. Okay. Alrighty.
So you're just going to be made in your little mini-me food processor, huh?
This thing is wonderful. Everybody should have one. All right, I'm going to put in some garlic and chopped jalapeno peppers.
Oh, yeah.
Remove the seed so it doesn't get too hot. Okay. Some lime juice. Lime juice. Okay. And I use a little bit of cumin. There are many variations to chimichurri. Mine has cumin in it.
Yeah, it gives a little smokier flavor to it, doesn't it?
Yes. And this is a combination of chopped cilantro and parsley. Okay. And that would be good right there.
Don't overfill that thing.
No.
Be busting at the seams, won't it?
Making a big mess.
Let's see, let's get that thing on the outside there, I think.
There we go. Okay.
All right.
And while I'm doing that, I'm going to add a little bit of oil.
That's a great thing about this too. You only have a little bit of oil.
Right.
And while you're just kind of getting that together, while it's pulsing, I wanted to mention that we do have a produce sale this week. And all of our fresh produce is on sale. Plus, we have a nice 10 for 10 special coming up throughout the whole store. But you about got it, don't you? Doesn't take a lot of oil.
Nope, not at all. Very little. And again, I'm not using any salt.
Okay.
I'm just letting the garlic and the jalapenos flavor the dish.
There you
Okay?
go.
And that is done.
Salmon's smelling really good, isn't it? I can smell it.
Mhm. All right, and we're going to flip this. There we
Oh, look
go.
at that.
Look at that, how nice that
That is
looks.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And we just got to let that go for a little bit. And You know, depending on the grade of salmon that you have, if you have a really nice grade, you can actually leave a little bit medium rare to medium in the center if you'd like, can't you?
Yes, yes. And I would prefer it that way. And I would like to do a little bit of spinach to put underneath the salmon
Oh, I think that's a
for
great
a presentation. And also, it's greens and it's good for you.
You're putting a little bit of pepper,
Yes, just
the
for color.
grapeseed oil, and garlic, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And I try to do things with color.
Yeah.
Family likes that.
And I've noticed that, really, Janine, you use very little bit of salt today.
Yes, yes.
Why is that?
Low sodium intake, high blood pressure.
Yeah.
We all have that.
There we go. And that spinach, when you put it in a pan, it wilts almost immediately, doesn't it?
Yes, it does not take long at all. So if you have an extra few minutes, your family would love.
I always throw a little spinach in an omelet when I'm making it. I really like spinach in there.
Oh,
It's
spinach
a nice flavor.
spinach is so good for you. It's rich in nutrients and vitamins.
And if our viewers don't know really, if they never use spinach in a fresh way, the stuff in the can and the stuff fresh is like night and day, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Okay.
That's looking pretty good there.
Yes,
Isn't it?
and we are
We'll go ahead
finished.
and turn off our salmon too,
Yeah.
because it looks like it's about ready.
Yes.
So we ready to plate this thing up, Janine?
Yes. Okay, what I would like to do is,
Gosh, that smells good.
and again, I don't use a lot of seasoning.
Look at that. That is so vibrant and nice.
And then we'll go over here and put our
You got the quinoa, the already done quinoa.
done, yes, just like
And how long did you say that takes to cook?
about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how much you have in there.
Okay.
Okay.
That is smelling so good.
Okay. All right, and you might want to.
Yeah, we'll flip it around for you right there. And our salmon, now, before we pull that out of the pan, how can we tell that's done?
Well, you can use a thermometer, or because I've been doing this so long, I touch it. It's a
Feel
little firm.
With your asbestos
yes,
hands.
yes,
And you're just going to lay that right across there like that, aren't
yes.
you?
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome looking. You got a lot going on this plate, huh?
Yes, yes. Look at the color. I love. And
And then you
this
got
is
your
like.
chimichurri sauce.
And this is like the best stuff. There, just a little bit because it's very strong.
And just so you know, Allison, I've got the chimichurri. Yeah, you can't take it home with you today. But this is looking awesome. And you say the fat content in this is very low.
Very, very low. As you can see, I use very little oil, little salt, lots of flavor.
Well, that is outstanding looking. When we come back, if you have been searching for a healthy dessert, you've come to the right place. Stick around.